Hello, welcome to the 199 Unlisted podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. Usually wearing clothes, wearing a high-end t-shirt, the hot chick from New Jeans. Anyway, we're back with Ask Anna, Anna Ames. She has a video called Two Mansion Parties in One Weekend, plus podcast, acting gig, and modeling weekend vlog. So when she says two mansion parties in one weekend, I know, well, we know she's a stripper. So to me, that means she's being paid to walk around in a bikini. Because, that's what a lot of those parties have. If you've seen the stereotypical rap video and there's a bunch of chicks in bikinis, they're obviously they're paid, but, make that music video real life. They pay chicks to. You know who does that a lot is Dan. What's his name? Dan Brazilian or Dan Bazillion, whatever. Like the anti-Semitic guy, like the rich guy with the big beard. Like he would go to or contact a modeling agency, and so when you see those pictures of him on a yacht with like 20 chicks, those chicks are hired, models from an agency, and basically he pays them, and their job is to be friendly. If someone pulls out a camera, like pose, and supposedly, they're not being paid for sex, but whatever. Anyway, so she's going to a mansion party. I'm assuming she's being paid to be the eye candy, but we'll see what she has to say.
Hello everyone, I am on my way to a mansion pool party. I'm doing my best to keep up.
Sounds like prostitution to me.
My my apartment is in absolute disarray. I thankfully have been getting a lot of opportunities with acting and just with friends inviting me out. And that's been amazing, but I am struggling to keep up. I've had like no turnaround time, like just going from one thing to the next, and then I'm going to that, and then I want to work tonight, and then I have an essay due tonight, then I have a video due tomorrow, but then I have an acting thing tomorrow, and then I have to sign an NDA for that, and I did one last week too, so I feel very blessed, but
What? Was she a K-pop idol?
also very stressed. All right, Reaper. I'm not famous enough to bring my camera yet. And then on top of that, I'm organizing two different other castings, of which I haven't signed NDAs for, and they're with different.
I'm surprised she's getting like, or is this legit? Because you know, or I guess they don't know she's a stripper. I don't know. Like a lot of, I don't know. Like is see the problem is like porn, OnlyFans, e-girls, whatever. It's become so part of pop culture that the stigma is gone. Cause okay, like look at I'm just using one example, but if you look at Twitch, there's a lot of porn stars with Twitch channels. And who watches Twitch? It's like I heard somewhere the average age of the person who's like watching, not making the videos, but watching the videos is 13 years old. So the majority of the people watching are 13 years old. Around that age. Well, it's just because you're 13 and like your access to if you're a 13-year-old boy, you're very interested in a porn star doing like playing video games or whatever, or actually not doing video games, just like sitting and talking. So it's, and then those people kind of grow older. So, Twitch started, I don't know, a long time ago. So, and it's always been a younger leaning crowd. But just because of social media in general is younger leaning, so you've had a generation of younger people just interacting, watching, porn stars, e-girls, whatever, and so they're so to them that's a normal woman. So there is no stigma now with like someone in that industry. So I've noticed that though because before, if you're an actress, you couldn't be you couldn't do anything mainstream and be associated with that industry. Now I know Tracy Lords is like the exception, but because of the way she looks, I understand why she got movie roles. Like she has a very unique look, but she's good looking. But I'm just saying, like she actually has mainstream. Well, because she's older now, so like she had mainstream looks that were appealing for a movie going audience. She has a face that looks good on the big screen, basically. But like she's obviously the exception. you know. And then of course I didn't watch it, but like Game of Thrones had a few porn stars on there, but they weren't famous, but they were porn stars. But I mean, this the stigma's been gone. But anyway, I digress.
Complete different people. So I'm thankful because there was a time when I felt like I was just getting opportunities from one source, and now it's more. But to just keep everything in my head of what's going on, it is very, very challenging. Like I feel like I'm doing 7 things at once right now because I am. Let me show you guys my outfit though before I go. Wow.
You know, I would not pay her to strip. I don't know. Like, I don't understand men that go to strip clubs. She looks like a mom. She should be working on finding a husband and having kids. She's 25 years old. Okay, is the older like the further past you go past 24, the harder it is to have a kid. There are women who were 30 and have issues trying to have a kid. But anyway, whatever.
Wow, so beautiful. Wow. Wow.
I'm not impressed. Dude, I know. Like, who am I to judge? I'm just saying, okay, first of all, this mansion party must be a mumble rapper. Okay, I'll put it at that. Oh my god, that music is too much for me. Um, so I guess she's there early. Okay, but she's doing her job. She's getting paid to walk around in a bikini at a party. That's actually a good job. I mean, because it's really not hard work, and if it's just your job is to walk around in a bikini at a pool party, that's a good gig. Nothing wrong with that. But the problem is she's a stripper, so I'm assuming she got the job from a client at a strip club. So that's kind of weird. But anyway. Oh god. Wait. Snuck off to finish a paper. That's weird. Security. That's funny. The biggest problem about a party with mostly black people, you're expecting gunshots to just start at any given time. It's sad, but it's true.
I'm back. I have such a bad migraine. And I don't know why. because I've eaten now. I ate before I left, technically, and I drank vodka. I don't know, Tito's. I I think I had like 2 shots worth.
Lies detected.
I don't know. I didn't drink for like 5 years, and then I just now started back up again, and I started like 2 months ago, and I don't know. Everyone wants to get me alcohol now, so
So that's not an excuse. If people do what they want to do, she's drinking because she wants to drink. There's no such thing as being forced. I mean, okay, if someone's like, "We're gonna kill your family unless you drink this bottle of vodka," okay, but I'm talking about like normal situations. People drink because they want to drink. People do coke because they want to do coke. People rob a bank because they want to rob a bank. Like you're not forced. Life, 100% of life. But I'm not talking about the I kidnapped your sister, smoke this bowl. I'm talking about just like in normal life. Okay, 100% of life is decisions, choices. Okay, so you can have 100 people go do this. You don't have to do it. You do it because you want to do it. But anyway, and it's okay. Like she wants to drink. Like I've spent. I don't know the exact time, but I've not drank alcohol for a long time. And then I'm like, I want to drink, so I drink. It wasn't like this major life decision. Like I remember one time, I just wanted to be. I remember I was sitting down playing World of Warcraft, and I was like, man, like like being drunk is like just a really great feeling. I'm gonna go out and get some beer or whatever, and I'm gonna try to be drunk as long as possible. Like I'm being dead serious. But I didn't go to work drunk or anything like that. But I was just like, it was really fun being drunk. It wasn't like a crazy life decision or anything. And then one day I'm like, I think I'll stop. And then like I stopped for a long time. And then I'm like, you know what? Like I want to get drunk Saturday. So then I went and got drunk. So it wasn't like, oh my god. But people make like basic life decisions like epic because I don't know. It could be the main character syndrome problem. But all I'm saying is it was all my decision. I wasn't forced to drink. I wasn't forced to do this or that.
I never had a problem. I don't have a problem. Um, but yeah, even when I quit back then when I was 20, my reasoning for it was I felt like I wasn't where I wanted to be at in life. And now I am. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at.
Who's happy being a stripper? I still cannot wrap my head around being satisfied with being a stripper when you're 25 years old at your the end of your peak. Because depending on the woman and depending on how she takes care of herself, the wall can start at 25. But anyway,
I left early in my plan, and I told them all. I told them my plan was to go to the club and work, and I couldn't do it. I was on my way there, and I was like, fuck, my head is just throbbing. I don't know. I very much believe in signs. And, if you're not supposed to be somewhere, you're gonna be sent a horrible headache to not be there. So I don't know. I guess I don't know if it was so much of not being there or the fact that I have to be somewhere at 11 tomorrow and it's gonna take an hour to get there. And if I worked tonight, I wouldn't wake up until 10. Hello, everyone. Back in the hot seat. I have a shoot in an hour and a
porn shoot? Is it a porn shoot? No, it can't be.
half. I think, I don't know. I'm really bad about reading all the details I get sent. And then, to
Well,
be
that's
honest, I
bad.
don't really know what I'm doing until I get there most of the
That sounds
time.
horrible.
But I just got a random message asking me to show up on a podcast next week, and that's for, well, it was supposed to be for today, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna be stuck there for like 8 hours possibly, unless if it's longer. And yeah, he was like, let's just do it next week. And that's for music. And I don't know, I'm very overwhelmed because I was going to work with one producer guy, and then that I've known for a minute, and then I know the studio owner.
I've seen her sing because she posted a video of her singing a song, and I don't like it. But I mean, I'm a musician. So, musicians hear music differently than non musicians. So, I can picture a non musician liking her music. Like, seriously, I can picture a non musician liking her music. Because, okay, like, you've seen, I'm sure you've known people who play music or whatever, and like, they don't like anything. And it's just because people who, play music, they just hear more of the music. It's like your ear gets better, so like, okay, like, think like Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page hears a song completely different than the way you hear a song. And that's the only way I can explain it. So, like, Jimmy Page hears a song, he's like, "Well, this could have been done better." Okay, well, that's awful. No, that's not good. Like, that scale sucks. Blah blah. Just whatever. And so the average person hears it, they're like, "Wow, that sounds great." It's really that simple.
And then there's just too much going on with that, so I don't really want to be around it anymore. Um, and now I don't know. I'm like debating whether I should just go back to, you know, who I was working with, or try to manifest a whole new person. But I think I'm
Manifest,
gonna try and, manifest a new situation because
manifest.
shit usually ends up
Oh
coming to
god,
me
what the fuck?
if I just think about it long enough. So I think I'm gonna try and do that. But yeah, I've definitely been taking a break from music. When I was at the pool party yesterday, I was meeting all of these like influencer people and streamer people and people who are taking their like artistry more serious.
Everyone's a streamer person. Everyone is an influencer. So the definition of okay. This is like me saying I'm a YouTuber. I mean, technically, I am a YouTuber, but I don't make a living off of YouTube. I have like 100 and whatever 88 subscribers. So does that really make me a YouTuber? No. Like, what if I said I'm an influencer with my grand total of, if you look at every single social media platform I have, like whatever, you know, uh 400 followers over you know. So, these words have kind of lost their meaning, but okay.
Seriously than I am. Um, but I mean, I left. I left the party and snuck off into a back corner to get my paper.
Slight exaggeration. The host told me I could be in the movie theater and walked me there. Okay. I wonder, I mean, like, rich people exist and they don't have to be famous, but it was a party like that, so I'm wondering if it's like a local Atlanta mumble rapper. I don't know, I keep saying mumble rapper, but anyway.
Paper done. So I don't know. I think at this point in my life, I just care about where the fuck the money's coming from, and the
Just
money's not coming from music. I feel like music is more of an investment than anything.
The money is coming from your vagina. It'd be a lot easier for the money to just come from your husband, and hopefully you realize this before it's too late.
And you're just waiting for it to possibly pay off, and then it's so oversaturated. I feel like no one really gives a shit. And unless you have a great team, it's just very hard to do alone. And I did have a great team. I did, but then,
What
you
team?
know, shit happens. People get federal indictments, and then people disappear. And then afterwards, you're like, well, fuck.
Who is
Maybe
she?
this
Ariana
isn't worth
Grande?
it. But yeah, I'm gonna be on a podcast next week to talk about music when I haven't put anything out in 2 years. Like, I've been getting opportunities out of thin air, and these are people that like I've already networked with and know.
You can put out music on. You have a YouTube channel. I mean, I think that's such a stupid thing. Put out music. I've posted 2 new songs because I took. There's this. I mean, if you watch the channel, you already know. There's this chick that puts out like depressing videos. She's like, I'm sad, I'm ugly, and so I take the stuff she says in her videos. I write the lyrics down and then I just put music to it. I've done it to 2 of her videos. Because like the way she talks, it sounds like she's reading the lyric sheets for like a Hawthorne Heights song or like a Def Cab for Cutie song or something like that. Like it sounds like a song, but anyway. But like so that's putting out music. So I'm just saying like if I can do that, she can record her singing and just post it on YouTube. I mean, that's putting out a song. It's just putting it out there. Like, if you're an artist and just want your music out there, like not everyone's gonna get a record label and a publish, like in a publisher. So a distributor, whatever. So just do it yourself. So just and then like you don't know what's gonna go viral. Now, if she would change her content, she would already have more subs. How many channels have we reacted to where the YouTube channel is like a week old and already has like 5,000 subscribers, or like 2 months old and has 20,000 subscribers? Because they put out content that people want to see, and so you're not gonna really get a lot of people interested in like a stripper talking about stripper stuff. You're just not, because I mean it's flooded with girls like this already, but whatever.
And it's just wild to watch it like all come back, you know? I remember my hair stylist telling me how she felt like I was such a good networker like the last time I saw her, and I was like, really? Like me? Yeah, I just show my pussy to everyone.
At least she understands.
But it is true, because even the party yesterday, I've already danced for that guy in the past,
I knew it.
and it just so happened. But yeah, I underestimate how many people I know or that know me, because I feel like I have a very small Instagram account, and I feel like it doesn't really reflect that because I'm already, out in the world meeting so many people stripping. And then a lot of the clubs I worked at, I couldn't have my phone, so it was just harder. It was just harder to, get a hold of people after. But yeah, shit's been going great. I don't know how I'm gonna talk about. I don't know. We're gonna bullshit it. Everyone else bullshits it, Anna. At least you can actually sing and you don't have a backtrack under you.
I'm not gonna post this shoot, but I did get invited to another mansion party. At least it's not a Dubai party. And maybe that person doesn't want you showing their mansion off. See, I hate when people do this. Like, rich people, this person I know does not want the inside of his house filmed. Okay, whatever. I like it, a mansion party with paper plates. No, it's I know it's barbecue, but that just looked cheap as fuck though. That did look cheap. I guess that's why the mansion doesn't have any furniture.
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my kitchen where you can see my muscles. I'm going.
Yeah, she does have buff arms though. She is buff. Like I wonder, like just how often she goes to the gym for arms like that though, because she has big arms. She she's a muscular girl for sure.
Going to a modeling shoot. I'm pretty excited about that. I can rely on my looks. Usually I gotta put my
You can not rely on your looks for about another 2 years, because it's already starting to go downhill. 2 years.
personality or my talent into it. So that's great. It's an athletic shoot. I haven't signed any NDAs yet. So I should be fine posting this. I think I'm gonna just do a continuation. Y'all wanna see my kitchen right now? This is where I dump all my shit.
I don't care.
Look, say hello to Reaper. There's the bags of yesterday, the bag of Wednesday, the bag of Tuesday. Oh, this is the bag of Monday. It's a mess. This is where I throw everything. Yeah, but I'm excited. Oh, I got a bobblehead. I went to my first baseball game and I got a bobblehead of this guy. He threw the first pitch. Life has felt pretty crazy recently. I worked at the ballet yesterday. Then I went straight from the ballet to the club. I have technically 4 jobs right now, but I barely show up at any of them because I hadn't been at the ballet in 2 months. But thankfully I've been getting booked for a lot of random stuff. That part has been fun. I was on a podcast Sunday. That actually was a nightmare. That sucked. And I walked out of it. But I'm booked for Guess the Stud on Sunday, and then I'm modeling people's clothes today. This is going to be the bag of today. I've never used this before.
No one cares.
I thrifted this. I have a 10-page paper due for my master's tomorrow. I wrote the introduction. Feel very backed up.
Wait. So she's getting her master's? What? I thought getting your master's took years. But okay, whatever.
So many things at one time. What's a girl to do? I'm thankful though, because I feel like I had a really traumatizing month. The last 2 months, and I guess the good thing about it is instead of being depressed and in bed all day, it's only pushing me to go harder. Yeah, but this is the bag, so I can take my iPad. See the whole outfit, because I feel like my head looked like an egg.
Yeah, so like she does look like a you know what? Like a WWE wrestler actually. Like I mean like that's I mean like she looks like she does those kind of workouts because she looks buff. And I just hit me like she should try to be a wrestler. She would be a good wrestler actually. Because she has the personality, so like she would be good on the mic, and she's already buff, and they would just work on her to either make her more buff or make her more chiseled. But I could totally picture her being a wrestler, because that's what she looks like now.
There was a video I almost posted like a couple months ago, and I'm really glad I didn't, Because it showed too much of my surrounding area of where I reside, and I have a couple stalkers right now.
Who the hell is stalking you? Why or why would you stalk a stripper? Seriously, why would you? Well, and then she does OnlyFans. See, it's probably one of the OnlyFans people. I'm sure it's not the person. I'm sure it's not the people that go to the club. It's got to be an OnlyFans guy. But anyway, whatever.
Unfortunately. And I never thought that would be my life, but thankfully I'm in the position to where I don't have a schedule and I have 4 jobs, so
Well, when you show your vagina for a living, don't be surprised that you have a stalker, though. You know what I mean? Don't be surprised. That does make sense. So,
you predicting my next move is just like me predicting my next move. I don't fucking know. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna look like. I don't know what today's gonna look like. But the beauty of having 2 stalkers is, and those are just the main ones. Like, one followed me home from work a few weeks ago. The other one, I keep having to block the accounts or hide my story.
so a guy followed you home from work. I'm assuming the strip club. Okay, so I don't you think that that's a certain that's a situation where the cop should be involved, right?
On Instagram because he keeps making new Instagram accounts to watch my story. It's really freaky. Um, but yes, 2 aggressive ones. And the beauty of having 2 stalkers is that you don't have one. Because when you have one, then you're like afraid and you're like, oh shit, what are they going to do next? But when you have two, it's like, get in line, buddy. Here I am at the shoot. I don't know if I should do any shout outs, so I'm not going to, but I am following the assistant. She's great. I regularly get booked by this company, so that's been really awesome. Here is the pool. We took a bunch of pictures here. We also took pictures in the lobby. This was for a brand, so you'll see the outfit. There's the outfit there. And fun story, I already knew the guy that I was modeling for, but I'll tell you that in a second.
Like nowadays for professional photo shoots, people use a cell phone. But they have phones for that though, where it is a professional quality video and pictures. But it shows you that when people have quote unquote real photo shoots and there's like just tons of equipment, it shows you that like filters, editing, AI, and cell phone technology save so much money. So I mean, like I like this. This is like we're gonna have it one day where you're gonna have a modeling shoot and the person's wearing glasses and they're just gonna like tap their glasses a few times.
Second, she is really sweet and beautiful. I liked her. And 3, 2, 1, me. Look at that. Look at those leg muscles too. I started running, and I think that's why my legs are looking more muscular. But yes, Diamond, Forever Diamond. That all went extremely well. I actually knew the guy whose brand it was because I played pickleball with him a year and a half ago. It's a very small world. That went very, very well.
And she had sex with all of them. Anyway, that was actually one of her most interesting videos she's ever posted. I actually enjoyed watching that. So her life now that I've seen this, because like I don't find her stripper life interesting, but all this that she did, that was very interesting actually. This is actually the best video Anna has ever done, and we have reacted to all her videos. Jesus Christ, I need a life. Anyway, have a good Monday, have a good Tuesday, have a good Wednesday, have a good Thursday, have a good Friday, have a good week, have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.